Welcome back, everyone, to River and Sea, where today we are in neither a river nor sea, but a swamp. Well, I suppose that this was formed by the outflow of a river or something like that. Actually, no, this is more likely the source of the river, or source of a tributary of the river. This is a terrible rain. There's a terrible rancor about this pool. Ugh. Well, that's not good. Ooh, firefly. I've been asked to collect samples for these, haven't I? One luminous stinger. Actually, which of all these quests that I got in here should I really... I think I should put the water sample ones as the quest guide focus. Since that's the one that's most going to be the least likely helpful on this. Alright, let's see. Wait, this place is. Also, there is the defeat swamp cast. See the glowering trees. Seek Neef deer. Oh, okay. I found the cause of the torpor. Okay, so I've already found that. All right, and so I could report that back when I return to camp. So that's the reason for all that. Is this a water sample spot? Yes, it is. Alright, good. One sample. Am I going to have to kill every bogglite here? Well, I'll see if I can find more sample spots. Or anything else that's useful in this particular quest line. I was looking at the amount of power that was being drained by that particular area we were just in before, and it was 2 power every 3 seconds. So the natural regeneration that I had was much higher than that. So it looks like that particular quest is a little bit insignificant at the moment due to that. I guess it's there to be a little bit of an annoyance, but not too much of one. Is that what I haven't done yet? Yep, that's a new water sample. 4. Ah, I must have hit the proper location for all the samples. Good. That way I won't have to be looking for them all over the place later. I've been going after cats, going after insects, going to swamp cats, and I just noticed something here. A dwarf? Hello? Rosar? Well, what? I don't know what happened, friend. I'll return to camp at once. Ah, good. Rosar has been found at least as a 1 dwarf. Now, ooh, that's the last water sample. So at least part of my mission here is done, but I do have another dwarf I need to find. Ooh, those are all my stingers. Well, I don't need this one, but I'm sure he'll annoy me at some point if I don't take care of him. Ah! There's another dwarf now. Actually, that's right, I got the last of those. Last of those. I don't need that. Hey! Steger! I remember little. How did I get here? I'll return to camp at once. Okay. Good. That takes care of that. Now, is there anything else I need to find? Oh, I need to find Neef deer. That will be... Well, let's take care of that apparently he will be in this direction somewhere. Ah! There's somebody up ahead. Perhaps it's the elf that we seek. Oh, a nice campfire. Hello there.
What do you need?
Megavanenmail. Nethel sent you to find me, did he? Ah, I'm sorry to have given his anxiety on my behalf, but I hope that he will forgive me. I fear that I'm not ready to leave just yet. And can you perceive the wrath and fury of the trees all around us? I must know what angers them. Please, return to Nenethel with my apologies and word that I am whole and well. Tell him that I'll return when I can, but not before I attempt to discern what ails the trees of this swamp. I don't think that they're evil. Alas, my heart is saddened by their pain. Ah, you can feel the pain of the trees. Alright, so that looks like I got everything here done. Wow. I think that's the fastest I've ever done the first round of quests here in the Drownholt. Well, let's celebrate by taking out one more swamp cat and then get back to the elves. Let's start with the horse, since that seems to be the most urgent.
Megavonen.
How awful! I couldn't perceive the difference when I walked through that pool upon Alagos, for the evil of the swamp is overwhelming wherever I go. I wonder what troubles the waters there. Well, that I don't know.
Might you spare a moment of your time?
There's a phenomenon that often happens in nature, is which remedies grow hand in hand with poisons. Weeds that harm can be found nestled amongst leaves that cure. Now that we know just what the source of the strange illness lies, we can search the area for any plants for which they have been grown to resist the harmful environment. If you see any plants that seems to stand out, can you collect them for me? I believe that we can devise a remedy if healing herbs can be unearthed from this polluted swamp. Return to that sickened place, Pine Sea, and make haste. Collect as many of the plants as you can. Please hurry. Alagos is fading. Alright, fine. I will see if I can find some unfamiliar plants and herbs. No, I don't know the difference and what you mean there, but alright. And what about you? Oh yes, the stick pins of poison, or whatever they are.
What do you need?
Thank you, Pine Sea. You have done well to bring me these. Now I can set to work in making a draft that will act against this venom. What a sickly glow emanates from it still. Oh well. Alright, that takes care of that. And then we have... Oh yes, the leader of the expedition.
How can I be of service?
Neefdir lives? You lift a great burden from my shoulders in this news, Pine Sea. I thank you. You've been very helpful. I do wish that he would hasten with his work, however. Perhaps you can help him to speed along, for I fear that further delay will compromise our aims. I don't know why I wasn't expecting that reply.
Stay a moment.
Yes, my host of the Maladream will not be marching without Neefdir amongst them. I will wait for him, but he must not tarry too long. Please, make sure that he knows this. If you can find a way to assist him so that his work does not delay him over long, you will be helping me also. Go back to Neefdir, Pine Sea, and lend him what aid that you can. I don't know if there is much that can be done for the poor inhabitants of this foreboding swamp. Many of my folk feel that there is no hope in the heart left in the swamplands, but you should not despair. The fear from Dol Guldur has thrown a long shadow across these once fair woods, yet the power of the elves is strong also. Do not give up hope. Okay. I'll consider it. I'm looking at this thing. It says small fellowship, so I may have to think about what to do about it. Oh, yes, our mannequin here.
Megavonen.
Oh, well done, my good Hobbit. I am sure the tentative paths of the swamp will be safer now that those who have need to travel. We can rest easier now. All right.
Stay a moment.
But there is one more task I would have you do for us, if you can, Rondeer. While you were away, I felt a great malicious gaze upon me from this very spot. My eyes were barely able to pierce the gloom, but I beheld at some distance a terrifying cat. He does not seem pleased with our presence in the swamp. I saw him pace off to the west, surely towards his fair lair, whatever it may be. This cat is as death itself, and surely you will find a trail of death around the home of this terrible beast. Go west if you dare, Pine Sea, and attempt to remove this great threat. He will strike soon if we do not, and I fear to match wills with such a terrible fiend. Oh my goodness gracious. Defeat Mirefang. Okay, what else? Oh, yes. I took
How
your
can I be of
samples.
service?
Oh, how wonderful, Piney. I think that these will do very well for the purposes of my studies. I hope to learn much of Mirkwood from these drops, for they can tell me many long tales of the rain and the plants and the earth of these parts. I suspect that these will be sad tales, but perhaps some helpful knowledge can be gleaned from them in time. Okay. Whatever you say. Now, deed completed. Oh, into the black and twisted forest. Oh, okay. Starting to work through that deed. Hey, maybe by the time I get through this area, I will have a full set of unlocked swift travel, because this area is noted for the swift travel routes being locked by how many quests that you have completed. Well, back into the forest. But make sure that I don't get jumped by a cat, because it could be Mirefang. Yeah, I know. The quest says that Mirefang is in his lair. We gotta summon him and all that stuff. But who believes the quest text? Ooh, herbs. Okay, here's a strange herb. Another one. And a strange plant. Okay, good. I should have 10 of each of these in no time, right? And maybe one of these will have the answer on how to cure her friend. Hello, Neef dear, I'm back. I was wondering if there was anything I could do to help speed things along.
How can I be of service?
I'm surprised to see you, and I'm very pleased that Natel sent you back to me. When we passed through the swamplands, we all heard it, the wrath and pain from deep within the hearts of the trees. The others took a wide detour to avoid the glade, and seemed to be the very heart of the malice. I have a way with trees, but I fear that these horns. I am the warrior, you see, and I have been watching their movements from the outlook. But perhaps you, a worthy mariner, will have a better luck if you approach them. Try to speak with them, but do not let yourself come to harm. You might be met with such hostility as you dare the task. Be wary, friend. Approach. You know, I forgot that there were more horns. That shows you how far back I am on this matter. It's been a long time since I've done this as well. It is marked as small fellowship, I think, so I guess that's the thing. I'm gonna see how nasty these things are. Right, that's small fellowship, right. Well, maybe I can do it. Sometimes things can get a little bit... Alright. Oh, by the way, have you seen a very large cat in the area to the north? Okay, thank you. Alright, so let's see. I have to go looking for merc horns. Somewhere around here, alright. New deed. The wild. That's a new deed. Even this is the first time I hit a wild to Mirkwood area. But I guess this is where the horns are, and at least that would be my guess. Oh, signature. Alright. Now, signature used to be a lot tougher relative to players in the past, so maybe that's why they marked it so, but yeah, signatures are soloable these days. I was afraid that there will be elites, but apparently not quite that bad. Now, it's possible that they got nerfed at some point and they forgot to remark the quest, because that's not all that unusual either. Let's see. Let's see if I can do this without getting the dire of that fly. Yeah. So, if the small fellowship marking is due to the horns, then I think that the quest is currently overrated. And overrated meaning rated higher in difficulty than it should be, not in the other sense of the word. Oopsie-daisy. Okay. Yeah. Definitely doable solo. Number 4. I wonder how close we are to that cat. Looks like we just have one more horn to negotiate with. Now, with that discussion coming to an unfortunate conclusion, I think it's time for me to head up and see if I can find that cat lair. I suppose these are the bodies. Did say something about bodies being in the area. Freshly mauled corpse. Something tells me that this is the summoning agent. Mirefang. Oh, only a signature. Okay. I can deal with that. Done! One Mirefang defeated. Now, let's go back and report to our elf. Apparently not back to the elf. I found a horn that's apparently willing to talk. This horn's twigs shiver menacingly as you draw near, but it doesn't attack. It's a very old tree, and its will is strong. Surely this is the tree that the elves perceived as they passed Assad Meriern. As you stand at its roots, your mind is impressed with recollections of a fair green forest full of new life, and of a shadow of fear ever growing. The green life withers, blackens, and dies. Evil poisons consume the very water and the air. Right. Thank you. Well, let's go and find Niftir. I think his camp is... Unfortunately, not all the local trees are so accommodating. Definitely not. Most of them attacked me, but there was one who was willing to give me impressions.
What can I do for you?
Ah, that is a sad tale, Pine Sea. Most of the creatures that you will find as you wander this dour forest are evil, and have always been evil. But trees have long, long memories. unlike the other children of Middle-earth. That is why they are so familiar to me, I think. It is long since these trees have had any hope, but they have not forgotten the brighter days. Poor creatures. Perhaps I can devise a way to help them, if you could give me a moment to think. Uh-oh.
Mind my words, traveler.
Yes, I can think of one small gesture that might do some good. The mallow trees of Lothlorien, thriving under the power of Galadriel and the care of the Galadrim, inspire all who harbor love of the wilderness. The Malorns will resist strain for long, as the elves here tend them. I want you to go to my friend Menasiel in Lothlorien at Caer Namroth. Surely her heart will be moved by your tale, and mine as mine is. I will like to plant a Malorn sapling here in the glade. Yes, it will give hope to the horns. I don't think that it will fully quell their wrath, but it has been long since they have seen any light. They deserve a glimmer of hope, for someday the shadows of Dol Guldur will travel this place no more. Go to Menasriel now, Pinesea, and see... Now? You've got to be kidding me! I'll deliver a couple of errands here first.
What can I do for you?
Ah, Melon, I am glad that you have returned so soon. These are strange plants, are they not? I have never seen their like. I will bruise their leaves and see if I can infuse a worthy draught from their essence. Thank you most kindly. You are indeed a good friend of the Maladrim. I can see why Galadriel and Celeborn hold you in such high esteem, outsider though you are. Right.
Might you spare a moment of your time?
These plants that you've collected have already proven their use, Melon. You have an excellent eye for spotting healing herbs. I'm very impressed. If you have any wish to cleanse that area of horror that inhabits it, you should take the remainder of this draught. It has already proven its effects on Alagos, and I can feel the presence returning. Soon he'll awaken. Drink it, and it will dispel the effects of that evil water. Drink it, and it will dispel. You may use the time it buys you to drive off whatever menace lurks there. Something saps that water, turning it into poison. Perhaps you can drive fear into whatever creature has such a terrible effect on this place. To strengthen your resolve before entering into the pool. Okay, right. Well, I am going to do that after I return from Caer Namroth. And one more thing for the mannequin, and then we'll be off.
What do you need?
You have slain this menace, then? Ah, thank you, Pinesea. I can't tell you how relieved I am. I was really stiff with fear. I have not felt any rest since I first beheld the brutal beast. Okay. Whee! Well, with that little tree symbol, I guess it's time to go to Caer Namroth. Hello there. I have a rather unusual request.
Sweet-eyed, Rondeer.
You indeed tell a sad story, Pinesea. Thank you for offering to return to that dangerous place for so generous a deed. Not many outsiders love the trees as much as we Galadrim do. I only hope that I don't send this child to the death in this forsaken swamp. Please, see that it is cared for. If you pass by it, it has some power to spread its light and dispel the cruel corruptions of Mirkwood, but, nay, I will trust to hope. The power of Galadriel is in the very sap of this young one. Return to the glade if you dare, Pinesea, and plant this seed. See that none disturb it. All right. I will do my best on that. Now, back to the glade. Oh, before I do that, Perhaps I need to deal with whatever. I don't think the water was really hindering me all that much, but defeat. Oh, so all I had to do is. I think back when I was going through here earlier, I was defeated 10 of those things. Too bad they didn't count retroactively. I was expecting some big, horrific boss monster to come in and attack me or something. Getting all ready for that. And so these lights that I easily defeated without the power of the potion, I'm now asked to do it with. I gotta kill 18 of these things? Oh well. How am I doing so far? Oh, okay, that's 8. Sometimes when you do things very quickly, it takes a while for the billboard to catch up to what's actually happening in the quest line. Well, at least there are at least 18 of these things. And these are all greenies. So it's not exactly what I would call a tough quest to complete. Like, suppose that back in the day, the power drainage was a little bit higher than it is now. But since it's no longer in-game content, they decide, oh, maybe we will tweak it back a little. Because I would presume that either that or the change in the power curve since those days has moved things. Oh, I've got 18 now. Alright, so I can return to camp on that, but first, I need to plant a tree, or at least bring the sapling to Nifdar, who maybe he'll be more competent in planting it. Here you go, 1 Malorn sapling.
How can I be of service?
Ah, you returned. I'm glad. Let me see what you've got. Alright.
Will you lend me your ear?
Here, Malorn, and take the seedling, Melon. Yeah, take the seed back to and keep it safe. Do not let any harm come to it. Menasiel chose a promising young Malorn, and I am very pleased to offer this to the Merkhorns. Good fortune upon this venture, Pinesea. I hope all goes well in time. This time, alright. So plant the Malorn seedling in Sad Mirin. Alright. So find a good place to do it. I was wondering why he gave me back the sapling. I was thinking that, alright, who would be better fit to plant a tree? Would it be a sailor or an elf that's of the Maladream? I mean, I don't know about you, but I'd have thought that the elf would be a lot more qualified for such a job. But don't ask me. I see. That's what this spot is supposed to be. I was wondering why there was a bright spot in that area. Alright. There we go. Promising bit of earth. Alright. We can return to the elf camp and now finally be finished with this place. I hope. I have cleared out the nasties.
What can I do for you?
You've done a great service for us. The lights have inhabited that pool were sapping the strength from all around them, growing more and more fell. I'm very grateful for what you have done for us. You're welcome. Well, that's over with. And you'll be returning to camp soon.
How can I be of service?
You have not been gone very long, Pinesea. You made a trip all the way to... Never mind. But it sounds as though much has been accomplished. You have my thanks. I'm glad that Nifdir will have fulfilled his wish to be of aid to the pained creatures there. Very well. Now that we are done, we can return to the Haunted Inn, which is where you'll find me in the next episode of River and Sea.